outfits that look like paintings, creative yet timeless, above short-lived trends. An opening highlight at Milan Fashion Week. That came courtesy of 35-year-old Austrian design talent Arthur Arbesser. Even seasoned critics are convinced. They welcome the breath of fresh inspiration to Italy's fashion capital.
This is young and fresh. Arthur is really breathing new life into the scene.
He takes elements from his own background and at the same time he makes things that are very modern. He's able to do this, which is quite rare. So every collection that he does is unique, and yet at the same time it fits perfectly into the modern world.
The location is an old school, a shabby background, chosen to create a stark contrast to the apparel. Arbesser's collections are always inspired by personal story or theme. This time around, it's Viennese artists from the turn of the last century.
Vienna is celebrating 100 years of Viennese modernism in 2018, so I made it the theme of the collection. That means taking inspiration from artists like Egon Schiele, Gustav Klimt, and especially Koloman Moser and Otto Wagner, right down to the architectural features or details from furniture, glassware or jewelry. All of that was incredibly creative back then, and that's what I wanted to put into this collection.
Arbesser combines classic with high-tech fabrics. He regards bodies and clothes as his canvas.
For example, this viscose dress here is very fluid and just very feminine. However, I like very clean lines. But then I combine it with something like this, a feminine wide sleeve. Then I suggest to wear it with a parka made of a very thick wool printed with animal motifs.
He creates his designs at his small studio in an old town apartment. Arbesser studied fashion in London and in 2005 moved to Milan to work for Giorgio Armani. There he learned that you can only reach your goal with passion and hard work. After 7 years, he gave up a well-paid job and took a leap of faith. He founded his own label.
You have to decide. Either you take a risk in order to completely develop your own vision, or you can stay on the easy track. I thought, well, I have to try. You only live once, and there's no fun without a bit of risk. Somehow I had enough self-confidence to take the leap.
Fresh from the success of his first shows, he managed to garner the praise of fashion journalists like Susie Menkes. She was impressed by his talent and now considers him to be a rising star in the Milan fashion scene. Other fashion houses are also keeping tabs on the young designer. In 2017, the long-standing Italian brand Faye made him their creative director. Here he has to deliver more mainstream designs, the opposite to his own playful niche label.
It's very challenging to create in two different directions. But if it's something like Faye, I think it works very well. It's important that the two projects don't neutralize each other creatively. Both need their own track.
He's now showing his 11th collection in Milan. The critic's darling has to prove that he's not just a fluke. Newcomer Arbesser is under a lot of pressure, and it's also a financial adventure.
I guess you put yourself under that pressure. I'm proud of what we do. I'm happy with what we do. But I know it has to be better every 6 months. I'm the one who puts the biggest pressure on myself.
Arbesser's range is produced in small numbers, mainly in Italy. Prices for his sweaters start at €600, though he still has to cut his cloth according to his measure, a skill his job at Faye helps develop. He'll also present their collection at the current Milan Fashion Week.